Welcome to the Mapping Rosegard series. I'm going to be presenting my workflow for turning this map, which I drew by hand on my Galaxy Note Pro 12-inch tablet, and turning it into a vector graphic in Inkscape that is a little more polished and can be used in production. So this is the map I used when I ran the adventure, Murder at Rosegard, in the Star Frontiers campaign I'm running, but we're going to make this a more polished image. I'm going to be showing you my workflow. I'm recording this on a 4K screen, so everything might look a little small in the 1080p display, but if that's a problem, we'll change the workflow for future versions. But I do these in Inkscape. I do my maps in Inkscape. So there's the picture, and let's go over to Inkscape. So here we go. First thing I want to do is I want to set the document to be larger. I want to make this image basically 10 meters or 10 pixels per meter. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2000 by 2000 pixels to begin with, and I have a weird, because I put the bar at the top of my display, I always have problems with the top of the windows sometimes, so I have to make them big. But there we go. Now we're going to go and import the image that we're going to be using as our background layer, and it's going to be down here in Star Frontiers directory and images. I think, oh no, I put it in maps. Hold on. It's in maps, and it's this village final, and we're going to embed it from final. That's good for now. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to take my ruler here and measure my scale. And this says that we are, oh, our units are in millimeters. Let me go change that too. It used to default always to pixels, and now it goes millimeters. Display units is pixels, and I always forget to change it. And every time it puts it up too high. Alright, so now let's measure that again. This says we are 54.4 pixels. So grab a quick calculator. I want that to be 100. So I gotta scale it up by 1.84. Call that good. So object properties. Nope. Alright. Oh, here we go. So here we go. The height's 1290. Right here. I'm going to scale that by 1.84. So let's get that calculator back. 1290 times 1. Actually, we can be more exact. Let's go times 100 divided by 54.4. That didn't work. 129000 divided by 54.4. So we need to be 2367 tall. We're going to lock the aspect ratio. 2267. And now we're huge. And let's see what we need to do here. We need to make this a little bit make our page a little bit bigger still. Document properties. That is going to drive me crazy. All right, so 2300 wide by 2200 tall. All right, and 5 to zoom out a little bit. Now we should be able to get the map to completely fit within our drawing area. Good enough. Let's move it up just a little bit. You can see the edge of the paper there. Okay, so now we're going to do a lot of tracing with blocks and stuff to make these. Let's go ahead and add layers in. I use a lot of different layers. And why did that not add a layer? Oh, there it is, because it's in the middle of the screen. Let's do the road first. All right, so got a circle here. Oh, that looks about right. Ah, so you're going to see me fumbling around a lot as I get back into the familiar use of using Inkscape. So now I want to take another circle and oops, something I do. It's not going to let me do it right on top, huh? All right, well, I'll start over here then. Using the control key constrains the size or the aspect ratio. So let's make the a little bit bigger. I can actually, let's see, let's set the diameter here. All right, we'll just play with it in the scale one. So let's go 360. And then since I want the road to be, what, 6 meters wide, so 360, 6 times 10 is 60, so it needs to be 120 less, so it's going to be 240. All right, and let's shift both of them. And then we want to go objects, align and distribute. And we want to center them up horizontally and vertically. And then we're going to take them and we're going to subtract them. Object, actually it's in path, and we're going to difference them. And there's our road for that part of the city. And we'll continue to work. Now we're going to use a rectangle. We'll come back and add textures to this later. But again, I want a 6 meter wide road off the edge of the map. So the width, let's see, what have I got as my, that's too thick. Stroke thickness of 1, I should probably set the stroke thickness here to 1 as well. And of course that probably changed the size, and not enough to worry about. Okay, so now here we want the width of this one to be 60 meters, 60 pixels, because it's a 6 meter wide road. Oh, forgot to unconstrain that. And then we can just stretch this up. cooking. Let's, we're gonna have that road, we're gonna have another one here, same width. So let's, we're just gonna take this and duplicate it, and then rotate it 90 degrees. And we have this intersection. All right, let's start lining things up. Let's say you, and align center. All right, that's good. And then we're gonna eventually join these all together. But this guy, we're gonna stretch off him to go off our edge of our map. And then we're gonna make this little box here, the little cul-de-sac loop. And we're gonna do that with a box. We're gonna turn on rounded edges. Make those 6 pixel diameter rounded edges. You know what, let's make those 12. Alright, so there's the outer. Let's go for 448, and the height will be 672. Alright, and then we're going to Control D that. Make another one. Did we make another one? Not sure we actually did. Oh, yeah, we did. Alright, and let's reduce that by 120. Oh no, that's the position. We don't want to change that. Let's reduce this by 120. So, 33. And that one by 120. 5. And then we will scooch those over. That doesn't look right. There we go. And then we'll add 60 here. And we'll add 60 there. And then we'll select them, difference them off. And there's that road. And then we're going to need to draw in these little parking lots. So, let's do, we're just going to do that one. These ones kind of freehand. We're going to go, actually, you know, I'm going to turn on a grid. File, just for this part. So, file properties, document properties, and it still put it up at the top. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to make this so, oh, I know what might solve this problem. I have, well, let's go ahead and change this while we're at it. Grids, new rectangular grid. Instead of having that maximized like I did, alright, let's see what happens now. Just out of curiosity, file, document properties. Nope, still does it. Okay, we'll set the taskbar to minimize, automatically hide. There we go. Why didn't it do that? That's not what I wanted. See, you get to see me fumbling around. Can you tell this is the first time I've ever done this? There it hid. Okay, it worked. There we go. Okay. Now we can maximize it. All right. So we added the grid. Now we can go into the freehand curves, and we're going to actually zoom up on this little bit here. And we'll go here. We're going to make that an angle. And I don't know exactly where the building's going to end up, so we'll just make this a little bit bigger. All right, then we're going to go into the path here and take this guy and make him cusp, and then make him cusped as well. So if we want to keep that side straight, and then we're going to pull, not that much, there, and there. I kind of like symmetry. All right, then we're going to do the same thing down here. And we're going to go just want a little bit of a curve here. All right, there's that parking lot. Now let's, oh, not control that zoom. Let's come and do this one. And again, we're just going to draw in a curve. All right, and we're going to do the same thing on the corners here. We're going to go and round these out. There might be a more efficient way to do this, but this is how I've always done it. It's pretty quick, so some rounded corners in this parking lot. You know what? I kind of like that. Leave that one out there. Okay. Oh, gotta do the inner corners here. What did I just do? Alright, there we go. Alright. Alright, and now we gotta do the city buildings parking lot. The one at the technician, he's the mechanic for the town, so he needs a bigger parking lot to park all the vehicles in when he's working on them. Alright, this is gonna be a nice little rectangular parking area. All right, so there's all of our basic roads. Now we're going to go through and just join all of these things together and just make it one big continuous piece. So path and union. All right, there's our roads. So the next little bit is going to be to put on the buildings, but we will do that in the next episode.